Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Akil, and I just got back from seeing Avatar Fire and Ash. Well, not just got done watching it, but we were out doing other things as well, me and my family, who I did see it with. But anyway, I saw Avatar Fire and Ash, and I loved it. I thought it was great. However, I don't love it as much as the second one, and maybe not as much as the I don't know, because some people are saying this is their least favorite out of three. I will say though, this movie is still really solid. So there's that. And so without wasting any more time, jumping into my pre-rating score, I'm going to say that Avatar Fire and Ash is a great movie. I thought it was great. I loved it. So there's that. Now, in terms of the story, it's another Avatar movie. So if you've seen the other Avatar movies, the other two, I would say, because there's only two so far, for now at least, it's kind of similar but also kind of different. This movie actually gets dark at times, and I love how it feels kind of like hopeless and helpless at times, and I love how the movie doesn't pull any punches at times. And I know some people might have said, oh, it's a little too safe. I disagree. I think at times it actually works very well, but I wish there was actually some like stakes. I mean, yes, there was definitely stakes, but I wish there was more like shocking like deaths at the end and stuff like that. I don't want to spoil again anything like that because everyone experienced, but I'm sure most of you guys have seen it because it's been out for like a day or two. But regardless, still I wish it was a little more shocking in terms of that department. But the story is that there's this new group of people involved, the Ash people, and let's just say some crazy stuff happens with them and the Sully family, and Gortrich is back, and yeah, that's all I can really say without spoiling too much. Now, in terms of the positives, the first thing I noticed easily and instantly about this movie is the action. The action is great. It works very well. James Cameron clearly knows what he's doing when it comes to the action of this movie. Another thing is the visuals. The visuals stand up very, very well. It is the main reason, I guess, why people love going to these movies, especially seeing them on the biggest screen possible. And it's the visual experience of it, the CGI, the escapist side of things, going into the world of Pandora. People love that about these movies. People don't really care about the story. It's kind of like Fast and Furious in a way, where people might just go for the action, they don't care about the story. But I disagree. I think the stories in these movies work. I mean, after the first one, which got a lot of backlash for, I guess, being, copy and paste of like other movies, I think the second and third stand out a little bit more because of that. So there's that. And then finally, for positives, in terms of things I really took away from this movie, things I really liked, the depth. This movie actually has some depth, some layers, and some character depth in terms of some of the kids and all that. There's one character I won't spoil that I wish actually had more to do in this movie, and that's all I'll say about that. Like, it felt like that character was just there kind of just to be there for the ride. And if you watch the movie, you probably know who I'm talking about. It's actually one of the family members. That's all I'll say about that. And then Lucky was and then actually, sorry, not Lucky was going into negatives, but Lucky was actually in terms of the review before I get into the final score. But anyway, for negatives, just right off the bat, first up, the pacing. The pacing was just all over the place at times. Times it was fast paced, times it was slow paced. And then for other negatives, we have the length. It's just too long for its own good. I wish this movie was a little bit shorter. I feel like the second one, he cracked the code down somehow. But this one, maybe because it's a couple minutes longer and sometimes it just feels like nothing's really happening, it didn't need to be that long. But I loved it. So overall, guys, as a final score, I'm going to give Avatar Fire and Ash an 8 out of 10. It's not my favorite movie of the year, but I did like this more than what I saw yesterday, which was Wake Up Dead Man, and definitely more than Five Nights at Freddy's 2. But guys, that's it. That's all I have to say about Avatar Fire and Ash. Those are my thoughts on it. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.